HAS 11 News, First Alert Storm Team Weather Center here on this May 8th, 2023, and we're keeping an eye on some storms that could be firing up here over the next several hours and possibly lasting to about midnight, maybe a little bit later in some areas. So we are going to get this all fired up here for you. We will look at Futurecast, time some things out in full detail here in just a second. Let me make sure the AV is looking good, the audio video, and we'll wait for some folks to check in. And we will be ready to roll. All right, looks like the audio is good. Hope you guys are having a good Monday today. I had a little rain earlier in the morning and into the afternoon. Didn't pick up all that much rainfall, actually, but it was actually good to get. And there were now an official report from the National Weather Service that were 5 tornado touchdowns yesterday morning. So a busy Sunday morning. They were just kind of little spin-ups that did some spotty damage. There are 4 in Floyd County, Indiana, one that skipped across the river into the Lake Dreamland area of the west side of Metro Louisville, and then another, looks like EF0, that did some damage in Shelby County. So we've got this last round that we're expecting for tonight. Now, some areas have a little greater risk than others in our viewing area. So the northeastern half of the area looks quieter tonight. Southwestern half of the area looks a little bit busier. So right now there's a severe thunderstorm watch out to our west that we're keeping an eye on. So strong to severe storms possible this evening. I think it's a pretty isolated threat. We're under level 2 out of 5, excuse me, in the severe weather risk categories from the Storm Prediction Center. Any storm that does kind of go rogue and get strong and packs a punch could have some damaging wind gusts, heavy rain, maybe some hail as well. It can't totally rule out an isolated spin-up tornado as well. So Becky asking about Battletown, Kentucky. We've got Sharon asking, checking in from Glasgow. So thanks for watching here. All right, we will get to Futurecast here in just a second. Answer a lot of your questions graphically. This is a look from the Storm Prediction Center. We will go graphics full screen right there. So that yellow area is the slight risk for all of our viewing area and then stretching out to the west. So again, that's level 2 out of 5. Not expecting a big outbreak of severe weather by any means, but there could be a couple of isolated storms that might misbehave, so to speak. So again, that's what we're watching out for tonight. Right now, there's a little layer of clouds moving over the top of us. We are at 76. That is our high for today. You may have noticed with that dew point in the 60s, that is a measure of water content in the air. That's in the upper right-hand corner of your screen right there. So the dew point measure the water in the air, a really good measure of the mugginess and how sticky it feels. So we're starting to feel a little bit more like early summer, especially later this week and into the weekend. The humidity levels are going to go up even more. Southwest breeze right now at around 5 to 10, and temperatures are fairly steady in the 70s. Now, I will point out that we did have some activity earlier today. It left some clouds. It didn't allow our area to warm up as much as areas out to the west. So the air is more unstable just west of us. So there's a higher risk of some severe storms just to the west of Kentuckiana. All right, let's go back to graphics full screen. And on the almanac today, the numbers 76 are high temperature. That is right at our normal high temp for this time of the year, and 91 the record back in 1896. I just want to throw this out real quick before we get to radar and satellite and Futurecast. We're back to comfortable levels with the humidity tomorrow and Wednesday as this cold front will move through tonight and bring in some nice weather for the next couple of days. And then notice as the south breeze kicks back in, we are going to be looking muggier, more early summer-like, and the humidity hangs around through our Mother's Day weekend, along with, when we have that muggy air, the daily chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms as well. One thunderstorm down the western Kentucky Parkway, probably about 20-30 miles west of Litchfield. It is not severe, but there are some lightning strikes with that. That yellow box that you see out to the west, that is the severe thunderstorm watch. That includes Evansville, stretching out to the southern half of Missouri and southern Illinois and much of western Kentucky. That is also where we find most of the active weather. Several severe thunderstorm warnings there over Missouri, but not our direction. Again, that is where there is, let me put this up here for you. This is the available storm energy, and it is greater out to the west of I-65. So if storms get going, there's quite a bit of fuel out to our west to make them strong. That is a look at the muggy air that we now have in place across Kentuckiana. All right, let's zoom into Futurecast here for the rest of tonight. We'll map it out here. So it's handling it pretty well, showing a few of the showers and thunderstorms that have been firing up out to our west. It doesn't look like anything real significant with the weather models here over the next couple of hours. But notice western Kentucky. So that's the stuff in Missouri blowing up farther out to the west. Need to watch that a little bit, especially for areas along and south of the Bluegrass and western Kentucky parkways. There's around 11 o'clock. Now, by later tonight, the fuel for thunderstorms, the unstable air won't be as great, so the chances of severe weather generally go down during the late night hours. Nonetheless, watching out for a few isolated strong to severe storms. This is around midnight, and by midnight, they're starting to lose their punch, and then most everything's gone by around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. We get started in the upper 50s, lower 60s, and then upper 70s and sunshine for tomorrow afternoon. Great looking Tuesday, going into our Wednesday, just as nice or even nicer with sunshine in around 75 to 80 degrees. All right, for tonight, hometown temps with a few storms possible, especially off to the southwest of Louisville. Lows in the upper 50s in southern Indiana, lower 60s from Louisville south. And tomorrow we're looking at mid to upper 70s and turning sunny in the afternoon. 7-day forecast, lots of 80s showing up here. Now, when we get into the more active weather pattern late Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if we get storms in the afternoon, we won't hit the 80s. But if we get the sunshine, we'll hit the 80s. We've got a warm air mass that's going to hang around for the rest of this week. 80 on Wednesday, 82 for Thursday. It looks like Thursday's rain chance is late in the day and especially out to the west. So I think a lot of us will stay dry Thursday. And then a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms from time to time Friday, 84, 83 Saturday. Might need some of the rain gear just in case for any outdoor activities with mom on Sunday for Mother's Day, 82. Another rain chance there. Some of the models are drying us out Monday. Just got to see how fast a front moves south on Monday to dry us back out. And we might go into a cooler weather pattern next week. Looks like the jet stream could kind of dive, build a trough over the eastern United States, and bring in some cooler air again for next week. But it gets muggy before that, as I mentioned. So just looking over some of your comments here. Thanks, Cassie, for tuning in. Nona, Rusty Brooks, Jessica from Fairdale, D from Sellersburg, Misty asking, is Louisville getting storms? Again, we just kind of time that out. It would be pretty isolated. It looks like a pretty small chance for Louisville. Again, it looks like a little greater chance of an isolated strong or severe thunderstorm off to our southwest. That would be around Litchfield, Elizabethtown, Munfordville, LaRue County there. So generally along and south of the Bluegrass and Western Kentucky parkways, a little greater chance of some of those strong storms that direction. But again, overall, not a big risk for severe storms for tonight. Just enough. We're watching it closely. And again, if you are just tuning in, here's the risk outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. The Storm Prediction Center is a division of the National Weather Service out of Norman, Oklahoma, and their one big job is to look at where severe weather might happen in the United States, and we've got level 2 out of 5 over the Ohio Valley. So any storm that may get strong to severe could pack some isolated damaging winds, heavy rain, hail, and can't completely rule out an isolated spin-up tornado. And there is our live look outside. we'll take a peek in some other directions too, just for the fun of it, before we wrap this up. So this might show kind of a yellow sky. Let's see. Oh, it looks yellow on my camera. Got a little layer of some low clouds drifting on through. Here's a different look. Let me go full screen here. We got a little sun kind of peeking underneath the cloud layer. This is looking from Hurstbourne Parkway in Interstate 64. This is kind of cool, looking at the sun rays behind that layer of clouds. We're going to go up I-65 northbound to the Scottsburg, where it looks like a nice sunset there. And finally, we are back to where we started there. All right, just taking a kind of peek around the Metro Louisville area. But again, we'll pull up our radar, which, again, not much happening at the moment. So you got storms over Missouri, and then a couple just trying to fire up out to the west of Litchfield. No warnings on that. And the severe thunderstorm watch is to the west of our area for tonight so far. Hopefully it'll stay that way. There you can see where that severe thunderstorm watch is, out towards Evansville, Paducah, south of St. Louis, towards Springfield, Missouri. But a close call. Again, we'll watch it very closely. If there's any alerts, we'll get them right to you on air, online, on your mobile device. Otherwise, I will see you perhaps in, what are we talking about, 3 hours and 9 minutes on WHS 11, the night team. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.